Hey guys, so what's the deal with higher frequencies? Vibes, frequency, high level being. It's all part of this new age spiritual movement that we hear all the time, and these terms seem to be interchangeable. And all the while, you find these gurus and their devotees spouting off about how they tap into higher frequencies and higher vibrations. And they go, oh man, I am so full of white light. I am peaceful. I am high vibe in it today. I am such a high frequency being. You must share the essence of my inner being because I am a higher frequency. All right, I'm Kedrick Olson, author of Runes for Transformation, founder of Galdercraft. I've been an active part of the New Age, spiritual, pagan, witchcraft, also true communities for a long time. And I've seen a lot of these different people spouting off about different things. So much so that this has become bunk, to the point of nonsensical. It's even laughable about how these concepts are overused throughout all of these modern day spiritual communities, and no one really understands what the hell they're saying. But guess what? There's really something to it once you understand it. But first, we need to come to an agreement here. Just you and I talking here, that energy and information are the same thing. Once you understand that energy and information are the same thing, we're going to get along beautifully throughout the rest of this video. And you see, when it comes to information and energy, higher frequency just means more information is observed. It passes through a certain point or processed within any given period of time. Like low frequency has less waves, less particles passing through detectors per second than, let's say, a higher frequency wave. And when we understand that that is what high frequency, low frequency means in those terms, we can apply that to the human experience. For example, someone with a high frequency mind, they can absorb and process information at a higher rate than other people, all the while they're increasing the complexity and diversity of information they're getting. And they can process so much information so quickly that we call these people higher intelligence, smarter. We can even call them geniuses. And when it comes to emotions, higher frequency emotions, these people feel a complexity of emotions and can process them and even understand complex emotional states better than other people. And because they can process more emotional information, it almost seems that they can see right through the emotional facade that false people put up. They can understand what's underlying certain outbursts and reactions when people have them. And it doesn't mean that always nice and pleasant is higher frequencies. When somebody is higher frequency emotional, it means they can process all of their emotions and the emotions of others that are being expressed quickly, efficiently, with a deeper level of understanding. Not peace, love, and light, happy, lucky, go, go, go. Someone is a higher frequency energy. This person can get more done in less amount of time. They always seem to be productive, not just busy with busy work, but they can actually get shit done, and they can do it fast. They could even seem powerful with their output and their productivity. They may even seem less busy, but they've got a high output. What about a higher frequency personality? We call these people type A. They're very charismatic, very influential. They seem to know how to work a room. They know everybody, and more importantly, everyone seems to know them. And here's a key attribute. They don't just make you feel that they are important, but they make you feel that you are interesting and important. And somebody with a high frequency spirit, this person seems to have a deeper connection to the subtle layers of reality. They're in contact with beings that can process and transmit vast amounts of information very quickly. This kind of a person just also seems to radiate like an intuitive spiritual being, like they have a huge aura. Now, what's important to keep in mind about higher frequencies is it does not always mean that these people are nice, pleasant, agreeable, loving, fluffy, bunny, happy, go lucky. It simply means that you're processing more information, many different types of information, for any set given period of time. Here's the weird little example I'm going to give you. I'm going to throw out a few examples, but this one. Studies have shown that people who are always agreeable and accommodating tend to be the one who actually get hurt and harmed the most. It's because they can get lured in by the requests of people who have nefarious plans that are all pretending to be happy and nice, and they want to be helpful and accommodating instead of really thinking about what's going on. The converse is people who are standoffish. They tend to see beyond the bullshit, and they tend to be safer. Think of this as a potential perpetrator going up to a kid, say, "Hey, can you help me find my lost puppy?" The agreeable, accommodating kid, being nice, is the one that gets hurt. The kids that say, "Fuck off, dude, go find your own dog. I know you bullshit you're pulling here." They don't get hurt. I'm going to throw this out there, but this is how many serial killers have been able to get people into their cars, lure them into their houses, by being nice to somebody and the person being accommodating and pleasant back. Also, many strange cults, spiritual movements, like to use the fluffy bunny peace, love, and light premise to get people into their belief system. And you know what? It feels great initially. And eventually the victim is so blinded by all these happy feelings that they cannot calculate the potential risk to their being. A higher frequency person can calculate the risk beyond the happy, pleasant feelings. So in essence, happy, lovey, pleasant feelings don't necessarily equate to higher frequency states, despite what all of these new age gurus are trying to tell you. This even applies to situations where there's potential danger. A low frequency person keeps their head down. They say, "I don't want to think about what bad things can happen." And so they're not prepared. A higher frequency person, the instant they're in a new situation, they're scouting exit routes. They're looking for the doors to get out of the place. They're plotting potential pitfalls and calculating the risks that they need to take in order to stay safe should something bad happen. And you see, when someone is comfortable and in a happy state, they actually may not realize the potential danger that they're in. And often we're not. We're happy. We're complacent. We're comfortable. So why do I need to think about what could go wrong? There's just no motivation to improve if you're happy, complacent, and comfortable. Thus, the pursuit of joy, the feelings often attributed to higher frequency, can actually lead to a disastrous life if they are taken as the constant norm and extreme. So a person who's processing information at a higher frequency, they can tap into really what's best for them and in the right way so that they can decide for themselves the best action to take. Seriously, I'm not saying that you should not help others who may be in need, and I'm not saying only look out for yourself and don't connect with others, and I'm certainly not saying to not pursue a life of joy and happiness. Please do. What I'm saying is learn to raise the rate of information that you are able to process. Evaluate the whole of a situation or circumstance that you're in so that you can make the best decision for you. Now, really, sometimes the right thing to do is to help that other person out. Let me give you an example. When I broke my arm in surgery and I put plates and screws, the mobility of my right arm was severely limited, and I'm right-handed. This meant everything I had to do, I needed to learn to do with my left hand. Now, when people saw me struggling with a door, trying to carry things, or even conduct my normal day-to-day business, they came to my rescue out of compassion. Sometimes that was the right thing to do. Sometimes I just had enough of it and I was done. But really, what I needed to do was learn how to do these things myself. And every time somebody came to my rescue out of compassion, out of helpfulness, they deprived me of this ability to learn more. Now, sometimes the right thing to do is take a moment of pure decadent joy. If you're constantly grinding and pushing and pursuing a path of excellence, you're gonna get burned out. And the only way that you can continue is to stop, to take a moment for yourself, to enjoy the peace and the joy just for that moment. And sometimes that might mean you have to put others to the side that are dependent on you. And guess what? If you put them off for just a moment to recharge yourself, yeah, they're going to probably get a little bit upset. They're going to get a little bit torqued off. But you know what? It means that you're going to be in a better place for them in the very near future because you took care of yourself, because you made the right choice to take a decadent moment for you for the right reason. And sometimes the opposite of all of this is absolutely true. I really don't have any answers for you here. But what I do hope that you get out of this is that you learn to rise above the simple emotions of peace, love, and light, learn to see the whole picture, evaluate multiple causal outcomes for every situation, and make your decision for the actions that you take are in the best interest for you, for your loved ones, for this moment, and ongoing into the future. That's what it means to be a higher frequency being. And as a higher frequency being, you really can learn to tap into the wisdom of your own higher self and let that be a guide for all of these things throughout your life so that you can take even better actions for a better experience for everyone in the long term. In essence, you're tapping into your own higher wisdom so that you can play the long game rather than having the happy-go-lucky moment. So now, if you like what you're seeing and you want to learn more, be sure to click like, subscribe. Check out the link down below. It's going to take you to my website where you can learn all sorts of things that I'm putting out there. And again, I hope you really find this useful. Thank you very much, and hail.